I am Lionel, this is Tech Loto, and let's talk about the Polar Vantage M2. In my opinion, I think the Polar Vantage M2 is one of the best designed polar watches. I think it looks much better than the Vantage V2, and when I went to a wedding a few months ago, this is actually the watch that I wore. I swapped it with my Vantage V2. It just looked a bit more classy. Perhaps it was more of the bronze brownish look. It looked a lot better with the suit than with the standard grey that you get with the Polar Vantage V2. I also really like the edges of it. I like the bezel around the watch, and all around I just feel like it's a very classy design. So when I put it on, I just thought perhaps this would end up being the watch that I end up wearing most of the time. But I quickly realized there is a big difference, and that's the fabric of the band. It's a smaller band, it's thinner, and to be honest, it's less comfortable. With most polar watches, I found that they've just got more and more comfortable. Even the Polar Ignite 2, I feel like it's a very comfortable watch. But when it comes to the Vantage M, it just feels a bit flat on your hand. The rubber isn't as thick, so it's not as comfortable. With this watch, it's a little bit strange because you're getting a much better designed watch, but at the same time, you're losing out because of the way the bands feel. There is of course the option to get replacement bands, but I think part of what makes it look so classy is the design of the band that you get from Polar. Don't get me wrong, it's still a comfortable wear, but it's just not as comfortable as the Polar Vantage V2. So if I really had to talk about what sets this watch aside, I would definitely say it's the design. That's really what you're getting with the Polar Vantage M2. You're just getting a different design. You're missing out on a few features, but they're so small that it's not really going to be a big difference to you unless you're someone who's planning to run a marathon, and it's really important to you to have all the tests on the watch, making sure your recovery test is there, the leg recovery test as well, all of those things. You want to make sure it's on the watch. Then yes, go for a Vantage V2. But if you do go for the Vantage M, you're getting a unique design that's unique to all other polar watches, and you're getting pretty much all the features that you would get with the Vantage V2. I hope you found this video helpful and it's helped you decide whether to get the Polar Vantage M or the Polar Vantage V2. If you want a full breakdown of features, it's pretty much what I've already discussed in my Polar Vantage V review video. There's not that much of a difference when it comes to features, but if you want a complete breakdown of features for this watch, let me know in the comment section below. But I can guarantee you the main thing you're looking at when it comes to the Polar Vantage M versus the Polar Vantage V2, of course, is really the design. I hope that video was helpful. Thank you very much for watching.